You are now listening to Lush Radio Online.
So how's the weather over there? It looks nice.
It's really nice. Can you see? There's the lake.
Yeah, it's beautiful over there. Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's been a little rainy lately, but it's today's a really beautiful day.
Wow. First off, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you on Lush Radio Online, and you are so beautiful.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Do you have any shout outs or anything before we get into the interview?
Well, I'm launching a company in September, so I definitely want to talk about that. It's Color It New, and the website's coloritnew.com, and they can go on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We're on all those mediums. Just like Facebook is Color It New, Instagram's at Color It New, and Twitter's at Color It New.
Okay, definitely. I heard from a birdie you actually studied ballet at the age of 4 years old.
I did. I started at 4. That's true.
And I mean, you're graceful and beautiful with the ballet. Actually, going into do like Black Swan. I mean, this was an Oscar-winning movie. I mean, how did that come about?
It was an audition, just like any other audition, and I went in. It was a pretty quick process as far as the audition go. I went in one day, read for the casting director, went back the next day for Darren Aronofsky, and then he showed me the American Ballet Theater doing Swan Lake on his laptop and asked if I could do that. And I don't know where my confidence came from, but I said, yeah, of course I can. So he said, can you put it on tape? So I went home and, jumped into my old point shoes that I hadn't had on for 10 years or so and hurt my toenails pretty badly to the point that I couldn't put any pressure on them the next day because I had bruised. I forgot you're supposed to cut your toenails.
Yeah.
And so I had to have my big toenail removed.
Wow.
Actually, it was so bad.
Wow.
But I was able to, 2 weeks later, get back on point. It was excruciating, but I was able to put the audition on tape and get through it, and I got it. I knew if I didn't get them back on my feet, I couldn't get the role. So
definitely, and you played actually a Russian ballet dancer. You were kind of feisty though in there. And you always have this like innocent look, but like even when you're in True Blood, you know how to just like switch up characters so well. In True Blood, you play this fairy character, and you play a fairy. Now, my whole thing with True Blood is the whole thing like the vampires. Human blood is okay, but when they get fairy blood, it's like some kind of intoxicating drug. What's the deal with that?
It's basically if a vampire drinks fairy blood, they can walk during the day. So that's very appealing for them, and I think it tastes 10 times better than any other kind of blood for them.
True Blood is definitely like awesome. I mean, your makeup is awesome. I mean, how does it feel to have magic powers and stuff in the TV show on HBO?
It was great. I love the character of Morella, and she can read people's minds, and she can shoot ball light out of her hand. And what better than that? I would love to have those powers in real life. That would make life a lot easier.
Exactly. Imagine the things you could do if you had those powers. Seriously. Now, on True Blood, out of like three out of 4 of your kids were killed by Jessica the vampire. So how was that as playing the mother and stuff with that whole situation?
Well, I think fairies reproduce so frequently that we're used to some of our offspring being killed in one way or another, which I remember I said right after the birth, like, make sure half of them survive. So, I wasn't expecting them all to survive in the first place. So.
Well, at least you're good with the ones that you have, or the ones you have left that are alive, at least.
Yeah. Bailey Noble plays Adeline, and she's just done such a great job this season. I'm really proud of my daughter.
And how does it feel working with the character that plays Suki on True Blood? She's actually plays Rogue on the X-Men, actually.
Right. Yeah, Anna Paquin.
Yeah, Anna Paquin.
she's wonderful. She's a great actress, and she's just a pleasure to work with. It was great because I was playing pregnant most of season 5, and she actually was pregnant.
Wow.
In real life, so it was, we swapped. Well, I didn't really have real pregnant stories, but it was just fun to be both of us laying around, trying to like put our feet up in the air we could.
How was it? Because I saw the video. I think you were like reading one of these, like it was a secret message or something, and you came in and you were pregnant. Like, how did it feel with walking around being pregnant and stuff? How did it feel?
I mean, the belly it's made of foam, so pretty lightweight, and you get used to it. Like, I got used to I was rubbing it all the time, and you feel very maternal instantly. And I missed it when it was gone. So, they wouldn't let me, obviously. I'll have to get for real.
Definitely. And you're Hawaiian born. How does your culture, because I always see you, definitely representing your culture. How does that play an influence in, when you act and just, way of life just on everyday basis?
Well, I think, growing up in Hawaii was a wonderful experience, and it gave me sort of a base of being really laid back and mellow that served me well in the industry, because it can be a very high stress industry a lot of times. But I mean, I don't have any Hawaiian blood. I just was born there. Mm-hmm. I use my middle name is Anapau, so I use that as my last name. But really, I'm British and Swedish and German.
You're mixed up with a whole bunch of stuff. You're mixed up with a whole bunch of stuff.
It seems like I might be exotic, so I run with that.
Well, you have an exotic look. The only thing I can say in German is Guten Tag.
I can't say anything in German.
Now, also found out from a birdie, you actually had landed when you were like in your 20s, and you actually opened up for Destiny's Child. How did that come about?
That was a wonderful experience. I was 20, I believe, when I auditioned for it. It was like back in 2000, and it was a 3-girl group. Mm-hmm. It was during the time when girl bands were really popular, so it wasn't a cliche yet. And it was a 3-girl group, and we got a record deal with Hollywood Records, which was a fantastic accomplishment. And we recorded an album at Sony, and the beginning of all the promotion for it was to go on tour with Destiny's Child and open for them on the MTV TRL tour. So it was just a really cool experience, obviously, performing in front of 20,000 people every night. And I sort of felt like after our second live show that I was okay. Like, I had accomplished the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's like, check off my Make-A-Wish. And then I didn't really feel the need to stay in the music industry after that, just because I missed acting, and I missed being in one place. I was really happy to get off of the tour bus. So,
wow.
I was happy I replaced myself in the group, and there was a lot of discord. Obviously, it was a big dramatic departure, but I was very happy to have that chapter over.
Yeah, because your true love is acting. You like to entertain and stuff like that, and acting and doing different roles from what I see. You guest starred on CSI New York, and also you were on Cruel Intentions 3. You've been on so many movies. And I actually seen you, I think there's another movie I think I've seen you in. You actually look like you're playing a soldier or something. You got, look like you got an M16 in your hand or something. You were looking kind of like a baddie.
It's a movie called Seal Patrol. It came out this last year. It was originally entitled Blackjacks, which I thought was a better. Yeah, it was wonderful. I mean, we had like 2 weeks of weapons training. I'm very, very good with a big weapon. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun to shoot. It was a director I'd worked with before, so it was like a family on set, and it was a lot of fun. Obviously we were firing blanks, on set, but they were real weapons, and it was real blank ammunition. And the guys who wrote it and directed it and produced it were actual like veterans and kind of very high level military soldiers. So there was a lot of realism injected in it, and I learned a lot. I learned how to be a soldier, which is probably something I will never be. Well,
what's funny though is that I heard that you're a dad, And I think your dad and your grandfather actually are veterans, and I actually am a veteran myself and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I'm an Army veteran, huh? so, um, so I think maybe it might be naturally in your blood to handle big weapons. you know.
Yeah, both my dad and my grandfather were veterans. And, my dad thought it was great, of course, that I was doing this movie. I called him all the time, and I was having a very difficult time at first because it was all just like all these guys. There's five main characters, and four of them were guys, and then there was me, and they were really into sort of pretending to be GI Joes, and I was not at first. It was really not. So it was difficult, but talking to my dad, he got me really excited about it, and kind of and some of the other instructors we had. The director was someone who was wonderful, and he brought in this man, Justin Swan. I don't know if you know. There's that thing happened. I don't remember what year it was. It was the platoon that went in.
Yes.
The triangle of death.
Yes.
And there was that girl, that Afghani girl, was raped and killed.
Yes.
So that was their platoon.
Wow.
And Justin was the guy who was whistleblower on the whole thing, which is a huge deal, as you probably know.
Yeah, yeah.
In the military, to be the one out to your brothers, but he had to because it was so awful and wrong. And he just a real life hero. So he was on set and he was helping train us. I learned so much from him, both with weapons and just as a human. I mean, I was I'd already read the book Blackheart, which is all about that whole thing. And he was starstruck because I was on True Blood, and I was starstruck because he was like, this is a life hero.
Wow. So what gets you amped up? Like when you become a new character, like what do you have to do? Like, do you eat? Is there a favorite food you eat? Certain music you listen to in order to get into that character?
It totally depends. It depends on what the character is when we're filming. I have sort of my staples that I bring on set. I go to Whole Foods if there's Whole Foods nearby, and it's it's a little bubble. You're filming something, so I love living in a hotel room, and I feel like I do better grocery shopping for myself for the hotel room than I ever do my refrigerator at home. Just like nesting in a hotel room. I guess that's sort of how I prepare. And you have a lot of downtime when you're in a hotel, so it's a good experience.
Definitely. And I also found that you're basically almost like a child prodigy because you graduated early from high school. You graduated early from I believe don't quote me on this. Is it 15? Was it the age of 15?
I graduated. I started super focused on my academics. Obviously, I didn't care. I had no plans to be an actor at all. I was going to be a ballerina, and I was going to get my PhD by 21. So the acting thing was a complete surprise. I sort of fell into it, and it was fun and seemed like a nice path to take. So I followed it. It's been great. It's been a great life.
Yeah, you were basically a child prodigy. Like you already had your mindset on what you wanted to do with your life already at that young of an age. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it too. I grew up in Hawaii, so it's the soft island fever. I just wanted to get out of Hawaii, so that was a big part of my motivation for graduating early.
Definitely. And you also played alongside Charlie Sheen. How was that experience?
That was great. He's wonderful. Charlie, he gets such a weird reputation for being crazy, but he's not that crazy, and he's such a hard worker and so gracious and generous, and just he was wonderful. I would work with him anytime. I hope I do get to work with him again. He was just a pleasure every second.
Wow. I mean, he's definitely I think he's good at what he does. I've always loved him in every show and movie and stuff he's done. I definitely love him. And you actually were trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London. I mean, that's big. That's
big. I did a nice training program there. It taught me a lot, and I would go back. They have some really cool intensives that happen all the time. So it's nice just to, acting in film and television is so different from being on the stage. So, I look forward to having a little time and maybe going back and doing some more work with them.
Wow. That's definitely wonderful. Now, the movie. The movie, Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Altergeist, is that it?
All
Altergeist is it paranormal, yeah, almost like horror, yet they're at the same time. I mean, it's really scary. You're actually the star in this movie. Tell me, for the fans that are out there listening, the synopsis of the movie and what led up to you actually deciding to get into the horror.
Well, I read the book and loved it. Victor Racine is the writer director, and he wrote Terminator 3 and Tank Girl, and he tends to write projects. He tends to write female characters that are really well developed and that are interesting and strong and dynamic and intuitive. And so I was really drawn to that about Teresa. Teresa's like a director producer type. She's 4 months pregnant. And I'm
Wow.
always pregnant.
You're always pregnant.
And they go up to a haunted winery. She takes her up to a haunted winery in Sonoma, and they, obviously, if you're trying to capture something on film, and they find what they went for, and so much more. So it's a super super scary movie, really scary and really exciting and entertaining. But what's also really cool about it is that most genre films don't pay very close attention to character development and to cinematography, and in this film, it's like 5 films in one. I mean, the filmmakers did such a good job making it multifaceted and making it multidimensional in that way as well. The characters are great, and the cinematography is beautiful.
Yeah, I was able to check out the trailer. It looks really intense and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, it looks really, and you look like a real thrill seeker. You're going out there to see what's going on over there, and and it gets real crazy over there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but so when exactly is like the official date? When is it? Is it out now? Is the official date? When is the official date for the movie?
Official date is October 15th.
Okay, all right. Definitely get listeners check out. Altergeist. You already know what it is. It's going down. It's a hot movie. I need you to support Kristina. And also, let's talk about this clothing line, this fashion line. What's going on with that?
Well, it's actually not a fashion. It's a fashion product. It's not a
Oh,
clothing line.
okay.
And we're releasing what it is exactly in 3 weeks. But right now, what I can tell you, what I can tell listeners, is that it's a fashion product that I developed for about 3 years, almost 4 years in development, and it's going to change people's closets forever and ever and ever. So I'm really, really excited about sharing it with the world. We're launching probably early September. So within about 3 weeks, it'll be out there and everywhere. But people can go to coloritnew.com, and they can sign up. There's like a launch Ross landing page. They can sign up, and then they'll be notified the second it launches.
Okay, cool. That's definitely dope. I definitely want to check it out when it comes out. And I just noticed you cut your hair and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit ago, but I haven't done much prep since I cut it. So this is its debut.
Oh.
It's pixelated because I'm in Switzerland.
I know. Well, I can see you right now. I was trying to get a drop from you before it goes out goes out again.
Hi, I'm Kristina Anapau, and you are listening to Lush Radio Online.
You're the best. You're like so on point. And the other thing I was going to say was if you could, the last thing before we got cut off was if you can work with anybody in the industry, dead or alive, who would it be?
Audrey Hepburn, for sure, which is appropriate that I'm here in Switzerland because that's where she lived most of the time. So
wow.
Definitely Audrey Hepburn.
Wow, awesome. I definitely, that would definitely be awesome to definitely work with her. Now, I always ask everybody this about because it lets me analyze who the people are. When you used to wake up early morning, what kind of cereal did you used to eat when you were younger?
Cheerios was probably what I had mostly. My mom wouldn't buy sugary cereal for me, so it was Cheerio. Maybe Honey Nut Cheerios was like the most sugary I was allowed.
But it seems like you're a very fun-spirited person and stuff. But you have your fun side and stuff and everything from what I see. You definitely love life and you enjoy it and just, embrace every part of it. And I see you like horseback riding also.
Yeah, I love horseback riding. I love it.
What does it give you more like a sense of freedom or stuff, or like an escape when you're horseback riding?
Well, I think riding. There's a lot of there's a lot of focus that goes into it, of course. But yeah, depending on the situation, I think it can be very freeing. I've had to do it for work a lot, like on this TV show, The Blades and whatnot. So of course everything's very precise, and it's not quite. You're not like just running through an open field, enjoying yourself. But no, I do like riding a lot, and I'm pretty familiar with the riding world. I have some good friends within it, and it's a world I'd love to spend more time in. I just, don't. It takes a lot of time if you're going to be really serious about riding, and I definitely don't have that time right now. But maybe later in life, maybe when I'm 50, I'll become an award-winning amateur rider.
But you travel a lot and stuff. What's your favorite place to travel to?
Well, I love Switzerland, as you can see.
I know it's beautiful over there. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love. We just got back the other day from the south of France and from Monaco, Monte Carlo. That's my favorite part of the world. I sleep the best there. I eat really healthy. I feel the best in the south of France. So the nice thing about Geneva is that it's only a few hours away from the south of France. That's another reason I like Switzerland so much. But yeah, the south of France, by far. There's a wasp right here.
Don't get bit. Don't get bit, okay? You're too pretty to get bit.
I don't want to get stung and then drop my phone. I'm gonna go out a little farther here, so I'm away from the wasps.
Yeah.
I'm walking on a dock right now. This is you didn't expect to get this tour.
I know.
Here.
Like some of the things that you do to give back to the community out there, like any foundations or anything that we should know about?
I love an organization called Non-Shelter. It's a local Los Angeles organization that helps rehabilitate homeless, and there's like I think 17,000 homeless families on the street every night just in LA, which is a crazy statistic. And celebrities, I think we focus so much on Africa and Asia and all these far away places, which is great. Of course, we need to focus on third world countries as well, but there's people 17,000 a night that don't have a place to stay right in our
own backyard.
Beyond Shelter does a lot with that, and they actually, instead of just giving people, the teach a man to fish, just giving them whatever. So they do a lot of job training and reintegration into society and rehabilitate. There's lots of counseling and making sure that these parents can continue to keep these homes if they give them and keep the apartments. So that's a really important organization to me.
Oh wow, that's definitely outstanding. What was your weirdest fan situation? The weirdest fan situation, the wildest one that you ever experienced?
There's also weird ones. I guess, I get a lot of drawings from men in jail. I guess that's pretty weird every time that happens. So, most, especially with True Blood fans, they're so great. Troopies are amazing. So I've never had a negative or never really had a weird experience with any of them. But, the drawings from jail. I keep them all, and I have a huge collection of them. But it's weird every time I get one.
Oh, I've seen this other thing that you do. What's the thing do you like playing tennis, or what's the thing with the tennis balls?
Oh, I love playing tennis. That's my newest obsession. I've been playing about 3 to 4 times a week, and I haven't played in a month or so because I hurt my back, but I'll be able to go back in a couple weeks. Love tennis. I could play tennis. Between playing tennis and skiing, that's all I would ever need to do for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Ski in the winter, play tennis in the summer, and I'm good.
Wow, that's awesome. I love playing tennis too. I don't know, it's just something about it or whatever. I just definitely love tennis.
It's so therapeutic to whack, a ball, whack
it really hard.
And if you're mad at someone, you just every time that ball comes towards you, just picture their face on it. That's what I love. My secret. And apologies for having to do the Skype on my cell phone. I was totally thinking tonight I'm raising the time difference. So I was going to be set in front of the computer and it was going to be really quiet. But this is fun. You get to see a little bit of Switzerland.
No, I mean it's cool. We got to be real comfortable because here at Lush Radio we like to be real comfortable, and like we're just sitting here doing regular stuff. So I'm really happy. I'm honored to have you on the show, and definitely shout out to Clint for organizing this interview. And we enjoy you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
We love you, Kristina. You are the best. Ciao.
Yeah.